Welcome to 2D Trashcast.
I'm connected to the 5G network now. Welcome to another episode of 2D Trashcast. If God himself had anime podcasts as his own children, we would most certainly be the middle child. It's your boy, Vagabond the Anime When, and with me I have my two anime adaptations that will never see the light of day, Nick and Travis. What's up, guys? I just said when. Go ahead. When are we getting it?
I'll get
Dude, I was at,
I'm getting
speaking of Vagabond, I went to Barnes & Noble today, and I was like, oh, I'm going to see if they have Volume 6 of that. They didn't have it, and then I go up to pay for the stuff that I was getting, and somebody had all 6 volumes on hold right behind the desk.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, dude, what are the chances of that? Because we just talked about it.
Man.
I think there's like 12 volumes in the big box, so they had 6 of them on hold.
Man, that's kind of sick. I mean, so to preface that conversation, me and Nick essentially were talking about just anime, because we were talking about how like Yasuke had like that whole what was it? They involved like it wasn't like a 1-to-1 adaptation like people thought they were going to be expecting for like the history of Yasuke, right? So, so like we were just talking about, dang, how many anime are even out there that just kind of are just bare bones samurai storytelling? And Vagabond, it was like Vagabond, A Sword of the Stranger, Kenshin maybe, but Kenshin kind of also doesn't necessarily, it's not totally bare bones because there's like a lot of supernatural stuff in it.
Was there a lot? I didn't really feel like it.
Hmm?
I said
Kenshin?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
No, yeah, there wasn't a lot, but it's like that's why I'm saying it's like it's not exactly what I would say is. It's close, like it's close, but I wouldn't say it because there's the what's the mummy dude? What's the mummy dude in there that fights him? That's pretty much like the main antagonist for him.
I can't
Shishio?
remember it.
The Shishio?
Yeah.
Literally 100 years since I've watched that show.
It's been 50 years since I've seen it.
Been 50 years.
Back in my day, the original Gundam series was my favorite. But yeah. So, but Kenshin has supernatural stuff in it.
I guess that's true. Only a little bit though. It's not like outrageous.
No, it's not like super crazy, but it wouldn't be as close to. I think. Well, doesn't Sword of the Stranger kind of have like mechs though? I forget.
I've never watched Sword of the Stranger. I've just never been interested.
I never dabbled in that series myself either.
It's a really good movie. You should check it out. So whenever you get the free time.
When I do,
but
we can put it on as the watch party on when we do the stream watch parties.
I can't remember.
Is it on Amazon
Prime?
Okay.
It's like the #1 thing always recommended for me.
Shit. Okay.
Well, can you actually watch it on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
That's kind of tight.
Let's do it. Yeah. Cool.
I think I'm pretty sure Bones was the one behind that one. So,
okay.
You know,
cool.
At the very least, you can expect some pretty cool visuals.
I saw TikTok the other day, and it's like, if you like Demon Slayer, you should watch these really similar animes. And it was like Samurai Champloo and Dororo, or whatever that one that just got made was, where the dude had like no arms and legs. I think they were just
they're pretty similar in the fact that they were animated.
Yeah, like, I was like, none of these are similar to Demon Slayer. They're not even.
Yeah, like Samurai Champloo has swords. I guess that's similar.
They're not even like they're not even shonens. I'm like, nobody's gonna get a correlation between these two.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, I don't know. Anime TikTok's the absolute worst. I thought like anime Twitter was bad. TikTok's way worse, dude. It's like the bottom of the barrel for anime.
That's the absolute waste.
You
guys have been saying you've been coming across some unfavorable things.
I typically don't because.
I'm sorry, the video on Amazon is not Sword of the Stranger. It is Blade of the Immortal.
Okay. Also good.
Good, yeah.
Or you can just play Sekiro. It's fine. One of these. Sekiro's pretty much more or less Blade of the Immortal. From Software got their hands on it.
Rent Sword of the Stranger, but you can't just watch it for free.
I can't remember if Funimation still has it or not, but they may. I have to look. But yeah, Sword of the Stranger. Yeah, I would say Dororo is closer to, Sekiro Blade of the Immortal than it would be Bare Bones Samurai anything.
Yeah, I was just like, I was watching it and I was like, nobody's gonna go from cutesy Demon Slayer to Dororo. Sword of the Stranger is on Funimation.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
So if ever,
Genius over here.
dude, I love that movie. It's really good. I will not hesitate to shamelessly recommend it to anybody that's willing to listen. But yeah, I don't know. It's like maybe one day we'll get a Vagamon anime adaptation.
Yeah, but I doubt it hard.
Did we say that? But like I said, I mean, we've been getting like anime adaptations at the wazoo that have been. I just would not have seen them coming. Like
maybe one of the 40 Kodakawa does this year.
No,
man,
I don't think that fits into their type of animation.
What do you mean? Literally everything under the sun.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna say they're like one of the four like the big companies out there that like slant the hammer jamma shit out there. So I wouldn't doubt it if that was gonna be the case. But yeah, Katakon with 40 animes. That's a lot. That's like almost too much.
Literally insane. It's absolute insanity. As far as animation goes, I can't even fathom what's going to come from it.
Yeah,
I have no idea, dude.
Yeah, sort of kind of put this one up the front. Kanakawa like announced recently that they're going to be like, oh well, up until 2023, we're putting up 40 new animes a year out there. So like in the next 2 years, they're going to attempt 120 anime adaptations. Yeah. Is there even 120 series?
So does that start this year? Are they going to try to squeeze out 40 in the remaining of the year?
Oh God, I hope not. Oh God, no. That would be a nightmare.
So you said 2023, so that's 80.
If they were to start in 2022, yeah.
So it's 80 new anime in 2 years.
I don't. Again, the point still stands, right? Are there even 80 new series out there that are unadapted that you could adapt fully?
Yeah, exactly. Like what could they bring to it? And on top of that, what's going to happen to the quality, though? That's my big question. The quality of all of the anime that's coming out.
So yeah, essentially, it's kind of like if at the moment it's people. It's no secret that at the moment, animators like Japanese animators necessarily don't have what you would call, the greatest of lifestyles to live, because basically they're overworked and underpaid, like to the max, on both ends of the spectrum, like for the work they do anyway. So like and that's for like how the climate is now, and probably how the climate was, then for, the last however many years, right? That it's been out. So you can really only imagine what's going to happen when Katakao was like, oh yeah, 40 new ones? Oh, no problem. No problem. We can make all these studios do it. And it's just like, are you sure? Because they're already like breaking their backs.
I get a feeling that there's going to be a ton of outsourced labor. And I don't know, maybe hire a lot more animators for the companies that are going to be working on the animation. I don't know. They're going to have to do something to squeeze up.
Yeah.
Or else they're killing those animation staffs.
Yeah, the idea is like, we don't know how many, because I don't exactly know how many studios Kadokawa actually has under its belt.
Do you want to know how many Kadokawa put out last year?
How many?
33.
Yeah, 33.
So, yeah, I mean, you would really.
That's only 7 more though, so it's not like it's like a huge
so you
jump.
have to really look into.
And it's
I guess that isn't that bad, but you would have to really look into like all 33 shows, and then really, I guess, determine the quality of all of those shows. How many of them were good? How many of them were hits during their seasons? You know what I mean? I don't have like a list in front of me or anything right now, but I imagine probably not all 33 were bangers.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. There's a way to look.
I tried looking. kind of hard. You can only really rely on, I guess, like maybe like Mao, because they can tell you what they published, so you can kind of maybe get an idea for what studios they might have under their belt. But I'm actually not entirely too sure.
Okay, there's not that many. I can see the list now. They were part
It seems
of
like they have comics.
they were part of Uzaki, all of Alicization, ReZero, Decadence, the Misfit of Demon King Academy,
which
the regular Magic High,
that was
Talentless Nana, a bunch of other stuff.
I'm pretty sure they have like comics waves films under their belt too. Because I remember you also saying that they have like the Shinkai films or some of the Shinkai films under its belt, or at least the more recent.
Well, they're
ones.
also not like it's not like they're trying to be like the main animators. All they're trying to do is produce. They're just trying to be a part of it. So
they're just trying to put their name on it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because like it's because as Nick said, like off stream, right? Like, they're not just like an anime centric, company, right?
Yeah, they
like,
have light novels and shit too.
Light novels. They got video games. I mean, these motherfuckers got FromSoft under their belt. So
they have a light novel expo that just happened actually.
Oh yeah, did they wait? They have there's light novel festivals out there.
Yeah, it's called the Kadokawa Light Novel Expo, held in March 2021.
Wow, that's actually way more straightforward than I thought.
I think they do the same thing for manga.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was for manga.
That's Kodansha.
That was Kodansha, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I who knows? Kadokawa might do it too. I just know Kodansha had one at least.
Yeah, but going back to it's 33, and looking at some of those shows, it's like and that goes back to the whole outsourcing thing. Like, how many of those shows that they probably have to rely on possible freelancers out there, to do the work. And unfortunately, I can't read. I can't read Japanese outright, so it's really hard to for me to get the gist of how many animators were on a certain episode or what have you, because you usually see those at the end credits, I think. So it's tough to tell, but I think the general consensus is that when you're pumping out that many animes, even if you have a decent amount of studios under your belt, there's no doubt that's going to create extra pressure on the animators working on it. And I think I've also read somewhere it's when you're outsourcing, there's chances that you could get inexperienced animators out there, even if they are passionate. What if you get them on what if you put them on big names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big name projects. Let's say Chainsaw Man or something like that comes out.
Yeah, but I feel like they're not going to outsource the big moments. So build up episodes and stuff, you can kind of skimp out on it.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that because it's that overall, even so, that overall degrades the total quality of that show.
I agree
so
with that.
You don't want that to happen. I understand that you want, of course, you want to save your best talent for the moments that you want to sell.
It's not a complete dumpster fire. I never really care. But when it goes to Play-Doh looking dudes like My Sister, My Writer.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's possible they may pump out anime that just look like that on average. You don't want that.
Yeah, but also you got to think, Travis. People like you and I and Tim, we've also been through the ringer with anime. We've watched all sorts of quality anime. The average anime watcher doesn't consume the same amount of media that we do, even. And they might look at some of those skimped episodes, where they didn't really put a whole lot of their budget into the episode, and go, this show's really not worth watching. And then drop it right there.
I guess that's fair.
And also to put it out there, again, going back to the whole big moment thing, we could say that, right? We could say, yeah, you want to save your best talent for the big work, but who knows how stretched out their booty holes have been working on several different anime at once. So even if they tried to bring their A game, there's a possibility that if they're added on several more projects under that wing, which who knows, maybe I'm totally wrong on it, I'm missing the mark here, but say if that was the case, right, then even the best moments will be it was better in my head. Well, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. The stretched out yaoi holes.
Yes, stretched out BL holes, if you know what I mean.
If I didn't say it now, it was going to bother me for the rest of the night. So.
And you could have saved it for later. Nah, I mean, but that's the thing, right? Because to Nick's point, when you're thinking of the average anime watcher nowadays, you're only really thinking about like the visually amazing moment. Like they don't look at it like, oh yeah, because they'll just be like 40 animes, cool. That means more stuff I can consume. But it's like at the end of the day, damn, like do you know what that's gonna do behind the scenes? Like people are gonna like a lot of people who support, animators getting better working environments are definitely gonna have like some concern over that because there'll be outcries, right? And who knows if they'll be heard or not. But that's going to be, I feel like that's going to be a thing moving forward if it's as bad as some people have been led to believe, to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point in time, it really is all speculation. We really don't
there's
know.
no way for us to actually know.
Yeah.
Even if
No
somebody
way.
does speak out, how are you going to be able to confirm it or not?
On top of that, we don't know how much money they're putting into this or how much time they're putting into this. I mean, they could really pump out the staff and really release a lot of good like properties within those 40 anime. So, I mean, it could all turn out fine and turn out well. So,
For all we know, this extra work, like all those shows that Map has been putting out, these people might be more than happy to do it because they're getting paid more. Maybe they're getting paid by the work. You don't know. We don't know how they get paid. So it's hard to say. In like maybe the production studio that gets behind it puts more money into it than another one.
It depends. It really depends.
There's like a whole bunch of shit that goes into it that we'll have no idea how it works unless we get involved. Like unless you actually do it, and none of us are talented enough for that.
It's very true, but also at the same time, there's enough documentaries out there that like are legit that are just like, yeah, we live in shit working conditions, but we love the job so much that it doesn't matter. And it's like, damn, it doesn't have to be that way, right? Because as far as I understand, like Western animators are paid. I hear much better in comparison. It's like it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be that way. Like I get it. Like you really want to show a passion for the project you're working on, and of course I appreciate.
That's just like Japan though. Like if you think about it, because even office workers live in those fucking miserable situations.
Yeah, but I guess it's all about perspective, and that's perspective I don't necessarily.
Yeah, we don't have that, so
it's perspective I can understand, but don't necessarily have that viewpoint of.
Right. Yeah, I definitely, I for sure as hell don't. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
I like working to begin with. So
I put my 40 hours in and fuck the rest.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, I worked the stereotypical 40-hour office job. I'll take it. I'll take my weekends where I can get them. Shit. But you know what I mean, like so. But overall, you're right. We won't know. But to me, the most telling will be the overall quality. Like we'll see it too. Like we'll know if like something just seems amiss. We'll just be like, damn, in comparison to a couple, because like I said, like we've said before, right? We've been spoiled rotten, like especially the last couple of seasons. So, I mean, if we see it, people are gonna be like, oh, it's not as good as it used to be. Be like, damn, right. Maybe we're spoiled too much, or maybe we should stop breaking the backs of the people that are just working on it. You know what I mean?
So, okay, so not to get off topic, but speaking of the spoiled, how good seasons have been over the last 2 years, am I the only one that feels like this one's a little lackluster?
I actually sat there today like looking for shows to watch because I feel like I haven't watched all the weeklies and I haven't I was just like, don't care.
I mean, there are definitely shows in this season that I like, but I don't know. I feel like this is a really off season, dude.
Yeah.
So I think here's the thing, right? Because I've also been thinking about that. I've also been thinking about, since we've talked about like what we've been watching, this might be the one season since we've started podcasting, even that we've started watching totally different things.
Yeah,
not really keeping up with. The only show I think we're all keeping up with legitimately is Tokyo Revengers. That's it. Like it's.
Right,
I think everything else.
I keep up with the Shamisen show.
Right. Yeah.
Revengers and Vivi like religiously.
Right. Yeah, but he's saying like the ones that we all three of us together.
Yeah, like I've seen is Tokyo Revengers.
I thought Mars Red would be it, and I don't know. Like I start the episode and then I quit, and then I started again and then I quit.
I like Mars Red, but I don't know, man. I just feel like this season is like I'll like go to like 2 weeks without watching like one of the shows, and then I'm like, I guess I should catch up on that.
There's just a
and then I'll catch
couple.
up,
There's just like
and then I'll go 2 weeks without watching a different show, and then I'll catch up on that. It's like
there's like a couple of dumb ones. Like actually, there's a lot more like fluffy. Like you don't have to pay attention to dumb ones than like normal.
yeah, I feel like this season's a little lackluster. I don't know what it's about. I don't know. Maybe we have just been spoiled. I mean, because like last couple seasons, like I say, last 4 or 5 seasons of anime have just had really good lineups, and I don't know if that's because of COVID pushing stuff back. So like a lot of stuff was like jammed into 1 or 2 seasons. Like as far as the good shows, I don't know what it is, but this season is like it feels like we're at the end of the slide.
Yeah, it's how do I put it? It's like, yeah, Mars Red is not. Yeah, so like for me, it's like Mars Red's not bad, right? But there's just something about this, and so this goes with both Mars Red 86 and well, not both, but all 3 and Vivi. Like, it's the more I watch them, it's like, do I like them? Yeah, I mean, I think they're generally good, and I think anyone who likes, for you, you're into like, historical, like, political stuff and vampire stuff.
Yeah.
So, some shows that you've listed, yeah, they'll definitely do it for you, right? And then for me, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would definitely watch it on my free time, right? But it's like, if for me, I wouldn't go out of I wouldn't drop what I'm doing if I hear a new episode is out of, let's say 86 to go and watch it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
right.
it's stuff like that.
But I'm not saying actually surprised me though. That's like one of the shows that I am enjoying a lot more.
I think
other shows.
Yeah, I think I might be eating my own. I think I'm not eating my own words, but maybe I'm probably gonna be biting my tongue here, because I've said a previous couple episodes ago, I was like, yeah, you know what, maybe binging culture is kind of just kind of fucky right now. But some of these shows may be better off for me being binge. Like for 86, it's like you said, it surprised me too, and it's like I would definitely watch it when it's finished airing, because I feel like that's a show I would want to do just that for.
Just through,
yeah. Because I know Travis had said the same of Odd Taxi, and that's like the show I'm watching weekly, and it's like, damn, this show hits. Like, but I also understand, after seeing it week to week, I could understand people wanting to wait, because some of the cliffhangers that show specifically ends on can be like nail biting enough for me to be like, I want to know what happens next. Tell me.
Right.
But Odd Taxi, To Your Eternity, and Shadow House are like 3 shows that I plan on binging once this season ends.
Probably never watch To Your Eternity.
Really? It's just really delicious.
Really, it's super good.
Nick's like, fuck that.
I understand that, but I didn't start it yet. And if I don't start it now, I'm never gonna get around to
I don't know why, but it gives me like Somali in the Forest vibes.
Yeah, like Somali, or like I don't know, like just from the trailers, like Wolf's Rain vibes, kinda. I don't know.
Wolf's Rain, jeez. Man, Wolf's Rain was kind of like hella wild.
Yeah, that show was good though. Back in the day.
I saw a YouTube video of that Utah, the Japanese man or whatever his name is, and he was talking about the questionable animes of the season, that Komori or whatever it is, where that dude like falls in love with a high school girl, and the other in the other show where that guy takes in the high school girl, and he's like, "What's happening? Why are these?"
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the guy that took in the high school girl, he's not falling in love with her
yet.
No, like
yet.
Well, at least maybe once she gets out of high school or something like that, kind of like a Gal Gohan type deal. But like the entire time, like in the manga, he's just like, nah, fam.
He's like that now too, and I'm not hoping that he he falls in love with her. I like that Goto like boss lady, so I'm okay with it staying the way it is now.
Yeah, but the boss lady's a fucking cunt. She turned it down already, so
I understood why.
Fuck her.
Yeah. Really like that.
Did they get to the coworker yet?
Both of them.
Okay.
Well, the young one, the one that just started there, like snapped out on him, like, "Oh, you're a fucking weird dude. Why you have this girl in your house? Blah blah blah. Why is the fucking boss lady over at your house? Are you sleeping with her?" And I was like, "Dude, chill out."
She's like obsessed with him.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the show, so I don't know. But I read the manga up to a certain point, so I at least know the plot and the characters. But as far as I know, the entire time he's just like, "No, we're not. You're in high school. Fuck off."
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a lick of it, so I have no idea what's going what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that good.
I like it. I enjoy it. It's not like great, but it's something
Yeah.
that, like, I enjoy watching it. Like, I'd binge watch it.
Like, I was reading it like week to week or whatever, to like release to release, so it was like kind of stressful reading because it always had the worst cliffhangers. It would like stop right at like an important part of the chapter, and you're like, "Oh shit, are they gonna reveal something wild next episode?"
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like next chapter, and then it's like kind of they don't.
I mean, I think that's why like cliffhangers are good, right? Because if a cliffhanger's good for you, like the worse the cliffhanger is, quotes around worse, like the more you want to be like, all right, what's gonna happen? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. So, you know, and overall, when it comes to enjoying something, right, even if it's because you have to define like the word bad when it comes to like certain shows, yeah. But as long as you finish the show and overall you were not like, wow, I wish I could have had my time back. You know what I mean? Then overall, okay, it was an enjoyable experience for you. I mean, and also as long as you're not forcing yourself to watch it because these are the things you've always watched since you started watching anime, right? Like for instance, and I don't want to I hate throwing him under the bus, but if Tyler's gonna go watch Isekai all he wants, man, he shouldn't make excuses for watching bad ones. It's like,
where is Tyler?
He's at work.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. He's working night turn. R.I.P.
Yeah, I almost miss his snarky attitude in chat.
I know, dude.
Where's he at when you need him? Nah, but it's like defining what's bad in anime. Like, I know we talked about this. Well, actually, I don't think we really talked about this much in stream, but essentially, it's like when you're defining bad, it's like when people start talking about anime that's bad and they say it like it's objective, it's like, damn, dude, come on. Like, it's just because you think it's bad doesn't necessarily mean it's bad for everybody.
Your opinion is what it is.
Right, which is fine. You can have those. It's
right,
like,
but also you can't.
yeah. You can have the wrong opinion. I tell you that it's wrong.
Some people's bad's different than other people's bad. Somebody might say anime's bad because it looks bad. Some stories are bad. But let's be honest here, an anime wouldn't become an anime if it was genuinely bad.
I disagree. I disagree with that statement wholeheartedly.
That's your personal opinion, though, because name me one time that you saw like a series got actually animated that literally nobody ever liked.
I mean, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure if we went on MAL right now, we could find one that is super low on the list.
Yeah, maybe like back in the 90s.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Tachiyomi, I could think of. That's pretty bad.
Tamiyomi or whatever it
is. That
probably
had a good manga. It was probably a good selling series outside of the anime.
Maybe. And it's probably not that rated that low either. It's probably like a 6.5 or something.
Yeah, it's probably published by fucking Katakao or whatever. You know what I mean? That's why it sucks so bad. So just outsourcing that anime, just outsourcing the animation experience to animators, and that's what you got. You got Tamiyomi right there. I'm kidding. That was I don't know if that was true or not.
I don't know, dude. It was just bad. Oh, my freaking camera's all blurry now.
Well, good. I like playing an anime go better anyway.
It's a 5.7.
5.7. See, it's pretty bad.
So they're definitely, I feel, that are anime that, well, it's hard to say what objectively means because like I feel like objectively is like it has to be unanimously declared as bad.
Yeah.
By planet Earth and the rest of the solar system, right? Has to like declare that this anime is deemed unwatchable. Like you can't sit through the whole thing without absolutely shitting a brick. Right. Damn, your camera okay? You good?
Yeah, I'll be back in a second.
I mean,
We-
Tommy still an ongoing manga.
Yeah, what is it? Is it monthly or is it weekly? How's it run?
It doesn't. I can't find out how many volumes it has because there's nothing on my anime list. But
It means it's ass.
it's been going on since 2016.
It's not bad. Um,
But
if it's
when you talk about like an anime could be bad, but are you talking about like the series as a whole is bad? Like you're just gonna write off everything?
Well, I'm just talking about like an anime can be bad. I think
Yeah.
I don't. Obviously, it's always going to be your opinion, but I do think there are bad anime out there, though. I can't say one like off the top of my head because I've never watched anything where I felt like there's no way anybody likes this. I never felt that way about anything, but I'm sure there are some out there that people unanimously don't like.
yeah, I'm sure we can pick up a couple. Nah, Boruto is one of those polarizing ones because, like, Nick hates it, right? But
Super
we
50-50. It's like half people like it, half people hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I
because
think
nobody
both
can get over the fact that it's not Naruto, and most of the episodes were canon. Although they were like filler canon.
Yeah. Well, I think like we've talked about this before. A lot of people want it to be Naruto. A lot of people are watching it to see Naruto again because they're trying to live out that like, man, I can't believe Naruto's over, blah blah blah. And then Boruto was announced, and they're like, fuck yeah, I get to see Naruto again. Hell yeah! And then it's just like garbage or whatever.
Yeah, I think for me, the thing is at the moment is for the people who were like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to see what Naruto does as Hokage." I'm like, "Oh, you mean fill out paperwork and do the boring shit?"
Yeah, right.
Because
bro, he literally saved the Chunin exam, saying, "I hope you're not rusty to Kurama."
Yeah, like homeboy was rusty. Like the dude has. I mean, why would he need to be? He just fought off a god-killing alien. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else does he need to do?
The power leveling for Boruto is also fucking completely thrown off because they have Sasuke and Naruto who could destroy the entire planet themselves, and now Boruto's supposed to overpower and overshadow both of those characters.
Well, I mean, you saw the new Boruto patch notes come out. They fucking nerfed the shit out of both of them. So and then they gave Boruto some buffs. So
yeah, he's gonna become a fucking god now.
Yeah, balance bad.
Kind of like ruin the continuity to you.
No,
I feel like it does.
They brought Kaguya in at the end of Naruto. So now that introduced the Otsuki, and then the Boruto movie was another one, and then they just added a couple more.
It doesn't make you feel like after watching like all of Naruto and them getting like powerful or whatever, them getting to like them reaching their heights, all for them to just be like nerfed in another series, isn't it kind of just like why?
I don't really think they were nerfed. I just think that they've just wrote in stronger characters. They had
Well, that's what I'm saying. It kind of just feels like it ruins the continuity to me, though.
Well, they're not human though, so it's not like there's like another human that managed to surpass them.
What I'm saying is, it never had to be made.
So let me ask this then, Nick. If Naruto, let's say, if Naruto were shorter as a series as a whole, but still got to where it needed to go for Boruto to happen, do you think that in any capacity at all, the overall view would shift a little bit from people who don't like the anime where it is right now?
Maybe if it was shorter, I don't know, because it would still have to end in a way where like Naruto and them aren't super powerful. I think that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think like because it's not like he's some old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's still like in the prime of his
40s.
Yeah, he's like his life, and now all of a sudden he's like losing power, all for plot purposes, which I think is bad plot. I think that makes it bad plot writing.
Well, see, I don't think he lost power though. There was nothing that said he lost power. They just put a stronger enemy. Dragon Ball Super does it all the time, and nobody ever complains about that.
I do complain about that though.
Well, to be fair though, Dragon Ball has been doing that forever. So it's like it's not if Dragon Ball does it, no one's surprised. So like, everyone's like, oh, it's Dragon Ball.
I just don't understand why people are like, oh, Naruto, or we can't have Shinobi in the Naruto world without having Naruto Sasuke.
When have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z and was like, wow, that plot's fucking awesome? You're not watching it for the plot. It's always the same. It's the big bad, and then the fucking Goku's like, I want to fight you, but fight my kid first. And then he fucking leaves. It's always the same thing.
Yeah,
Like, you're not watching Ball for super fucking good plot.
yeah, Dragon Ball Super doesn't necessarily have what I would call, masterpiece plot writing. I mean, it does have its moments where it's really good, but
yeah, right. It's fun to watch is the thing. And like you said, there's some times where it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, but it's not masterpiece writing.
Yeah. Plus, if you think about it, Dragon Ball's been like very weird from the get-go. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, put it this way, I feel like this to a lesser degree even. I think the shift from Naruto to Boruto, maybe I wonder if some people felt like that when they were going from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we defeated Demon King Piccolo, but then you get the Dragon Ball Z. Literally, the first couple chapters, like, hey, by the way, he's an alien monkey man from a distant planet of people who take over planets and sell them for money. Do you know how extreme that shift is? Like, so, I think the shift people didn't like is the sci-fi setting. Like, you're
well, that's
Shinobi.
how Naruto ended, and that's how the last movie ended too.
But that's what I'm saying. There's like,
though.
So they pretty much they solidly set up Boruto. It's not like
I don't think they should have ever had Boruto.
I don't think. See, I'm not gonna say that because I like Boruto. I think Boruto is great.
I just don't think it should have ever been a thing. I think it's a cash cow. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I would have been. While I agree with Travis, right? I'm cool with having it where it is, kind of at the moment. I mean, the mangas. Anyway. So
Tim, the manga had to go into a lull. I don't know how you wanted to keep that ramped up forever.
Oh, dude, there could have been many ways, but I mean, yeah, you're right. I'll take it for what it is because you need to, trend. You need to trend back down before shooting back up at some point.
I just come down to earth, regroup, trading arc or some shit, and power forward.
I don't. It's just that like maybe it's because that buildup took a minute to get to, and I don't know. Anyway, but the I guess I would have been fine with if they had the movie, right? They had the movie. That was it. They just stopped there and that's it. That's no more.
I would have been fine with it too, but
I would have been fine.
It's a thing. So now it's just like I like it.
Yeah, because then you get because then I think that appeases most people, right? Because then it's like, well, Naruto doesn't lose his powers. He's still super OP, stupid strong. And then it's like, cool, we get to see adult Naruto and Sasuke do the work. And then, we get to see what it's like, in the sci-fi setting, like what Shinobi looked like in a sci-fi setting. And then you just kind of leave it to your imagination what could probably happen in the future, right? But now that they have the series...
Or they could have left the series end with Boruto. That wasn't even bad. Yeah,
so I can see that side. I can see where Nick's coming from in a way. It's like, yeah, you probably could have gotten away with not writing it at all, right? And I get it because
I get why they did. Like it's just continuing a series. I get it, and they're trying to like keep those fans, but like or make new fans. You know what I mean? Like make a new series for new fans. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it needed to be a thing.
Right.
And it's probably always going to be, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Whether we shit on you or not, it's not like we're gonna be like, well, yeah, you're just factually wrong, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that gets continuations that they didn't need.
Like for me, when I finish Naruto, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna pretend Boruto doesn't, and the end of Naruto is the end of Naruto.
Well, I mean, because you've seen the last, right? Like have you?
I've seen stuff from it, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can always watch that, but that's that if you don't want to go into Boruto at that point. But
I'm not going to.
But you should.
I'll never go.
But it's good. You like Hinata, right? Hinata's best girl. Come
it's
on.
Not gonna happen.
Damn.
I appreciate the things that are in it, like the adult characters and stuff like that. I appreciate all that. I just don't think it needed to be written.
No.
The last has nothing to do with Boruto.
No. I'll watch the last. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'll never watch Boruto.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, don't worry. Me and Travis and Tyler will read/watch it, so you don't have to, and then just make you hate it more every other week.
Everything you guys have ever said about the show only made me not like it more.
Yeah, there's several reasons I think people don't like it, right? I mean, I feel like for me, I feel like the biggest shift is like the whole sci-fi setting. People just do not like the sci-fi setting for some reason.
I don't understand the sci-fi setting. I don't care for it. Like that part, how they're getting to where they're going, I don't care for. But everything else I like. I like seeing how they are as parents, and I like the new characters that they've introduced.
Yeah.
Fair. But who knows? We'll see.
I just don't understand how. Well, this is pretty much the only way it's gonna go. Is Boruto's gonna fucking learn how to channel Momoshiki's powers, but they already killed Momoshiki, so clearly they're stronger now than Momoshiki was. So how is that gonna be like the end game? They Boruto or Naruto literally had to kill Kurama just to take down Jigen, and that dude took all of Jigen's powers. So how is Boruto, that's going to be Momoshiki, who died to Naruto, going to be stronger than the dude that he almost died to?
Well, that's why I'm saying you better hope that lull that we're in right now balances that out, because if they don't, I'm going to call bullshit. And then I'm going to start agreeing with Nick.
That just sounds like bullshit.
That's the only
it sounds so stupid.
That's the only gripe that I have with it is...
It sounds so bad.
It's like I don't expect much from it. I just expect we can get from point A to point B without much issue.
Are you guys talking about the manga right now, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Well, the anime is now in manga form. Like they've started adapting only the manga.
That's fucking stupid. Also, they should have just did that from the get-go.
Why? There's only like 40 chapters. They would have been caught up already.
Well, then so they should have just waited, right?
Why?
Like every other.
See, this is what I don't understand. Why are people so against like side story character development? It's not like it changed the plot of the manga at all.
Bro, I'm against the whole show. I'm against the whole show.
No, but like that's why everybody hates the thing. Like they wanted to see the manga animated, but if they would have waited, or if they would have just they would have waited to start animating it, or they would have animated it like slowly, people would have been pissed off anyways, and they would have quit watching it. So then they did character development in like side stories and stuff, and then everybody's like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid." It's not.
Look, I know how bad Naruto fucking filler can be, and I'm sure it's just as bad.
It's probably worse to you because it's not like Naruto though, because it's pretty much made for little kids.
Which is whatever. Like I said, it's a show for new generations. I get that. I understand that. Which also means I don't have to watch it because I'm not a new generation.
Yeah, right. It's like new gen stuff. Even though there are like also some new gen things that I would not mind watching. I really won't touch up on it much, but like new Digimon, that's something I may touch up on at some point. But
I need to catch up on that. It's been a while.
It's been a while for me too. I'm probably down.
Really, because I would have been okay if they didn't bring it back.
See, you see what I mean though? Like
I don't care. I started watching it and I was like, well, don't give a shit.
You know what?
Yeah, but like I said though, that's for a new generation of people.
Yeah, like you can watch the old stuff.
Like for me, I'm also the same way. I could have lived with them ending in a Last Kazuna AI or Last Kazuna. See,
I didn't even need those. I could have just. I would have been okay with the 3 that I watched as a child and never saw anything Digimon again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, like, there's a couple seasons where I don't think they should have ever been made. As big as a Digimon fan as I am, but I think if they would have just ended it with the last movie, and that'd have been it, never made another series again, I'd have been okay with that. But that being said, I think the new series is okay. I think it's pretty decent, and the animation's good. But I don't care about it like I do the other series.
All right. Well, I mean, just give me a Naruto remaster in 8K. We'll be good. Maybe a redubbing, perhaps.
Yeah, redubbing.
I wonder if they would ever consider that, like a Naruto Kai. Like,
I'd be okay without that.
Naruto Brotherhood.
Naruto's trying to make chimeras out of tailed beasts. And
Speaking of chimeras, we could talk about what I wanted to talk about earlier.
Sure.
What is the most overrated shonen arc that you've ever come across?
Overrated shonen arc?
Yes. Any show, any series, any manga, what arc do you think is the most unnecessary and overrated?
So it's hard because like I didn't start getting into shonens until like 3 years ago.
Damn.
So I can tell you with I only remember two of them, but I can tell you the two that I saw the most commented on, which was the Chimera Ant arc of Hunter x Hunter, and the Gentle Criminal from Hero Academia.
You're smoking crack.
Severely underrated.
I love the Gentle arc.
No, I liked it, but I thought people hated that arc.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I said it's overrated, like the unnecessary and overrated. Like people don't want it there at all.
Saying something being overrated means a lot of
I didn't
people.
mean overrated, just unnecessary, like stupid.
Like Gentle Criminal, the Gentle Criminal arc needed to kind of happen, especially at that point in the series.
Change overrated with unnecessary, like the stupidest arc you've ever seen.
I wouldn't say it's
most unnecessary. I was gonna say because for it to be overrated, people would have had to like it.
Well, see, I liked it.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed it too, but I'm saying like the overall consensus.
I got the word wrong, but
yeah, the most useless.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was that useless. I mean, I think it was kind of needed. Like, yeah, kind of like what you said earlier about Boruto. Like it needs a lull. You know what I mean? And it was like kind of that middle ground, fillery kind of arc. You know, I don't think it was that bad.
I liked it. And the Chimera Ant arc on
I don't know how they can say that when there's entire arcs of Naruto that don't need to be there.
Yo, so I don't know if it's gonna be a hot take or not because I've been sitting on this one for about 5 minutes, but most of that fourth Ninja War arc, I could probably do without.
Actually, that was another one that was commented on, the whole Ninja War arc.
Okay,
we need some of it. Some of it I think is necessary, but a lot of it I was like,
everything up till the 4 Kages. Oh, when the Kages come back is what everybody said was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could argue maybe a little bit more than that too.
Beginning of like they just put Asuma back down.
Yeah,
it's
right.
So
yeah,
boring. Right now, like at the spot I'm at, like they're really gonna refight all these guys that they already fought.
Those fights are all super boring too. Like they're not even cool.
I know, and it's like these guys are already dead. Who cares, bro? Yeah. And then there's 10-10 running super fast. What are fucking?
We get it. 10-10 is in fact a shinobi. We get it.
Jeez, so. It is. I can't believe I'm watching canon stuff right now. Is how
I told you, man. I was telling you, like the fourth Ninja Wars, like it fucking drags sometimes. Like
so when I watch the fourth Ninja War over again, like anytime I rewatch it, I pick it up for when that moment that Naruto unlocks like full Kurama mode. That's the only part. That's the only part I'll rewatch at. Like past there.
Man, I feel like he underutilizes him a lot. Even in the fourth Ninja War, up until like the end, like he underutilized like the whole Kurama thing.
Though I don't think like he can turn gold and all that right now.
He's a Super Saiyan.
There's another form to it.
Yeah, right. And like, but he just now escaped from like Killer Bee's
from
the waterfall.
He just now he was like, and then there was that like passionate thing Killer Bee told to fucking Iruka Sensei, and then. That was it. That's where I shut it off. Like,
all right, no more.
Everything after that point's kind of dumb until like.
He was like, Naruto loves you, bro. You're always in his heart. And Naruto was like, I'm gonna cry now. And I was like, fuck, me too, bro. And then I shut it off.
I cried and then turned it off, and then I cried more.
No, like some of it's all right. Like I thought the Asuma stuff was kind of cool because it was like, I guess a little bit of character development for those three. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of adds a little bit of emotion and depth to the war, I suppose. But also, it's like if Choji and his dad could just turn that big, then just do that. You just turn giant and just win. You know what I mean? Just like kill all the stupid little fucking white blob guys and fucking move on. Like I think that they're gonna have some trouble with like the revived Shinobi, but like outside of that, all the cannon fodder, like all you need is Choji and his dad to just finish that off and then move on, dude.
Yeah, it's like how do I put it? Like watching the fourth Ninja War. Like you've played Storm 4, so I'm pretty sure you get the gist pretty much from here on out. But for
This
me,
is where Storm picks up
Huh?
basically is right after this.
wait, what?
4 basically starts like right after where I'm at.
Yeah, so like pretty much from here on out, you'll have a general, pretty much know where stuff.
It's
Huh?
part of the Ninja before.
don't
That's
what?
where Storm 4 picks
I
up
don't know
at.
what's happening. I don't know if it's my end or your end, but your mic's cutting out.
Mine?
Yeah,
Like bad?
sometimes.
I think it's if like we're talking at the same time. Maybe it just it just crosses you out. Maybe.
But yeah, like yeah, Storm 4 picks up like at the good part of the Ninja War.
Yeah,
I think
like
Naruto has full use of the Kurama in that part.
He does.
doesn't
Yeah.
Because don't you like right at the beginning you just go into like full Kurama and like as like a giant.
Like the first couple missions, you're like replaying like the past stuff, like Togi Rama,
Yeah, I haven't played that game in forever, so I don't remember.
and then it goes
Urge.
to Naruto. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been seeing a sort of a resurgence as of late, but I think it's dying back down again.
Yeah.
Like it's for me, it's so like going back, it's for me. You could the things I feel that are fairly necessary in the war arc, right? Is Naruto when he runs into see, I don't want to say because I forget the event of orders that happens.
Oh, I know which part you're talking about.
I think he's a.
Where...
Did you only play Storm 4, Nick? Did you play Storm 3?
I played Storm 3 too, yeah, but I played Storm 3 like when it came out.
Shit.
So it's been a long time.
I think I know. I think I know what part you're talking about.
There's
I'm not gonna be like, oh no.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I think the things that need to happen, right, or the things that I would have felt you could keep are Naruto when he runs into Itachi Nagato, right?
Mhm.
That was good. That needed to happen. And then the fight between Kabuto, Itachi, and Sasuke, that was a thing that needed to happen. The part where Madara shows up and just totally gives everyone the poopy, that needed to happen, and thank God that happened because that episode is fantastic.
I know all those guys show up during this arc. I don't know the events like while it's going on.
Yeah. So I won't say the events, but like
the Naruto, Nagato, Itachi part was great, and same with
it's
the
great,
Sasuke
and
Itachi part.
Yes, and that's needed because that conversation comes back to a head later on.
I've seen revived Itachi 1,000,005 times on accident. So
yeah, he's pretty much impossible to avoid at this point. Yeah. So that needed to happen. The
Other than Madara reviving, all the other revives definitely could have skipped.
The Gaara thing I was cool with.
I think the Asuma thing was like kind of important for those characters.
In a way, yeah, because like some of them needed closure sometimes.
Unless Choji literally never goes powerful ever again, then it is useless. then it could have never have happened.
Man,
I don't remember.
This is gonna be a little bit off topic, but I remember like when I saw like Choji go butterfly mode the first time, I was like, "Hello, is this a thing for you? Is this a clan ability you got? This is amazing."
Yeah, right.
You dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because I do like Choji as a character, and Shikamaru is my favorite character. But so like I liked it, and I like Asuma, but like if he never uses those powers ever again, then yeah, it's useless. Like it was a useless battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Madara showing up, stomping the Gaara thing. Gaara talking. I think it was like with his dad. That was necessary for Gaara, but that can be 50-50. And then the rest of the war with the major players like is fine because at that point all the fodder are pretty much gone. But yeah, I mean if you eliminate everything but those, you would probably be fine. Probably. You know what I mean? So But
You
the
know
fourth
the
ninja,
part that I didn't understand?
Hmm.
Why the Kages were revived. They didn't solve anything. They didn't.
well, well, of course, but the idea was that they would, and then it turns out they didn't.
Yeah, but like they were revived like for a purpose, and then it's just like, and then they had no purpose, and then I was like, the only cool part is that Naruto gets to see his dad. Other than that, I was like, okay, they had no purpose of being here.
Well, it's because like they always allude to how strong the first and second Hokage were, and you didn't really see them outside of the Orochimaru summoning when he was fighting the third.
Yeah.
And like he said then, he goes like, "Oh, this is," he goes like these are just puppets. It's not even what they're at full strength. So like that was pretty much the showcase for them to flex and be like, "All right, well, this is it. This is like zombie. It's like there's zombies now with unlimited chakra." Which the reanimation thing I never really got either, because it's like,
because they don't.
Well, why would you want to give that up? Like, you literally cannot die.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're invincible. You have infinite chakra and you can't die. Like,
well, it's because wait, didn't he have his renegons too?
well, I think he I don't know, what is it? He like fabricated them or something. I don't fucking know.
Also, like they're dead. You know what I mean? So like their time on Earth has already been up. So now they're just like, bro, I already did this.
So here's my question, and what I want to know: how did they unage Madara?
What do you mean?
Madara died of old age. He died because his body gave out.
Well, remember,
Kabuto. Yeah, but all he did was add that one thing to him. He didn't fucking. You can't turn back time. He should have reanimated as an old man.
Well, then shouldn't have the Hokages revived as old people? Like the first two?
We don't know when they died or how they died.
Yeah, but I mean, we could assume they died of old age.
I don't think so, because they came out of the Reaper Death Seal.
Fair. But that goes to the writing. I don't know. You don't ask me.
Like everybody else revived is how they last were. Everybody except
but who knows?
Madara.
Like, remember when Kabuto was like, yeah. Fucking when Kabuto was just like, well, I made you even better than you were before. Pushes his glasses up, yeah. And then Madara looks in his chest and he goes like, yeah, that's a fair point. Okay.
Yeah, no, and Deidre came back in one piece, so they were all revived in like how did he get revived? He was literally blown to smithereens by his own bomb. So,
well, it's weird because they couldn't revive Jiraiya because he sunk to the bottom of the.
They couldn't find his body. It's not.
Yeah. So how does that even make sense? How see plot holes.
That's what I'm saying. Fourth Ninja War has some great moments, some fantastic moments.
Revive Jiraiya, but they could revive Deidre, who is literally blown to dust.
It's like, well, as long as we have a fragment of his remains, he'll be all right.
Yeah, and he is in a hole still.
And
still
now
alive.
that I think about it, the whole Renny Rebirth thing's like a cheat code, because like all Nagato would have had to do was use the Renny Rebirth, then have fucking somebody revive him, and then force somebody else to use the Renny Rebirth.
Well, that's right.
Eyes are plug and play, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, here's the thing, right? The Renny Rebirth is a cheat code, and that's how it was intended to use, but did not factor for Naruto's plot armor to go fucking kick his ass. So,
right.
So you know what I mean? And the Renny Rebirth cost him his life. So
yeah, but then he could use the Renny Rebirth, then he could get like somebody could take his eyes out and then just or just use the reanimation, and then he could give somebody else's eyes and then just force them to fucking use the Renny Rebirth to bring him back to life.
Well,
it's just like a never-ending cycle. You could just
fucking
play eyes.
Yeah, well, that's the fun. I mean, it's pretty much memed on at that point. Yeah, you can just rip somebody's eyeballs off and just be like,
Kakashi Sharingan went through 3 different people before it died.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm cool with that. As long as you get cool moments.
Wait a minute. Fucking Kakashi ended up with 2 of them at one point.
Yeah, but remember that he ended up losing both. So that's that's fine. When you can do stuff like that, like if there's a drawback to having these abilities, then yes.
Yeah, what's his name had 13 of them in his arm, so
yeah, Danzo was like, "Hey, by the way, have you ever rewritten reality?" Well,
I always thought it was funny that it took until the fucking 4th or till that Hokage summit for anybody to realize that he had Shuishi's eye.
Well, I think hour or something like that, like the one with the Byakugan, right? Yeah. Caught his ass. He caught him in 4K.
Yeah, but I like how that's how long it took was till then for somebody to realize that. when he had been long
probably
dead.
Well, he probably had like the Anbu Black Ops. I think he did have the Anbu Black Ops pretty much under his palm.
Oh yeah, he had them all brainwashed. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
You're
there was
under
no
my
way.
genjutsu now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like, who was gonna stop him if this motherfucker could like rewrite reality as he pleases? He had literally 13 one-up mushrooms to use. So
yeah.
And it took Sasuke to pretty much, kill him 13 times.
I saw a picture like from the manga. I completely forgot that he was only sent there as like a training arc by fucking Toby.
I mean, yeah, but Sasuke pretty much took like the most like ridiculous route to get the powers he got. Like, this man had to run through a gauntlet of like Sasuke. My man Sasuke literally went on a boss rush. Like,
yeah, and then he had to hang out at Neverland Ranch for fucking life.
I mean, had to hang out at the spot.
He speed ran his way to Neverland.
Yeah, homeboy really had to go through a gauntlet of super bosses. I mean, but it worked out because he couldn't beat the final boss, and that's Naruto. So, sometimes you win some, you lose some.
For could.
It's so weird because like, I always say that like Sasuke had like the cooler. I don't know. He's like the cooler moveset. Like, man can summon a lightning dragon without chakra. That's too cool.
He does have a pretty cool moveset.
Yeah, and only uses it once. He only uses Kirin twice.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, dude, you know how OP that is? Like, if there's a thunderstorm anywhere, like, Sasuke wins by default.
Indra's arrow is a cheat code itself.
Yeah, and you need another Konami code in Naruto's fucking 3 Vorpal Beyblade balls.
Yeah, he turned into fucking he had to fucking morph together 3 Kurama shadow clones to take it down.
Yeah, it was the Asura clones. Yeah, basically just fucking Asura it. He's like, Asura ball throw time, Hadouken. Fucking work out. Yeah, Hadouken. He made it work out. So, but yeah, back to the Fourth Ninja War. It has issues, but it has good moments. Don't get me wrong. Like, when it really hits like peak stuff, it's like really good. And it's like, I wish they made more, but then it really hits that like, oh wow, I really wish this series would be over. But that goes all the way back to the whole Boruto thing. It's like, if Naruto was much shorter, and if they waited like some time before releasing Boruto, I feel like the overall reception behind it wouldn't be as polarizing. But it is what it is. Like, it's too late at this point. So
yeah, it's already fucking 100 something episodes in. Or whatever.
Well, that was a gripe. That was a gripe I had at the beginning. I was like, why are they doing this? Like, Naruto just ended. Like, we don't have to do Boruto right now. We can wait. You know what I mean? Yasuhime waited like 15 years before it came out with its sequel to Inuyasha.
Almost 20.
Yeah, right. Oh. Shit, by the way, did you see that Yasuhime got a second season?
Really? I never finished the first season.
Neither.
But I mean, it's good that it got a second season.
I didn't like the characters.
I mean, they're fun. I thought.
I just didn't like them as. Yeah, they were fun. I just didn't like them as much as Inuyasha.
I wish they were Naruto and Sasuke, bro. But I mean, yeah, Yasuhime got a second season. That's pretty dope. So
yeah, I mean, that's because like it got pretty good reception. A lot of people did like it. I didn't think it was bad. It's
just one of those shows. It's like, I don't really feel it. I'm not really.
What were we arguing about last night in Discord? I was trying to think about that today because we said we were going to save it for today, and now I don't remember what we were arguing.
When don't we fucking argue? That's the question.
I really don't remember. Like, I like how me and Travis were agreeing on something. He was arguing with me about it.
I don't even remember what we were arguing about.
Travis just thick. Even if you like the same thing as he does, he'll just fucking shit on it anyway to be a dick.
He was like making the exact same point. I was like, yes, I know, that is what I'm saying.
No, I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
It was the time traveling thing in Tokyo Revengers.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about because I was saying that there's no way at this point in time he could go back and do anything to keep his friend from dying when he made it. By the way, as preface, Tokyo Revengers is a slapper. Go watch. It's much better than I anticipated it would have originally been.
Very good.
Anyway,
I misunderstood what Tim said, and then you said something which then just continued my misunderstanding.
Nick was just like, I choose violence today. But my point is I was just saying, like, like, because Nick was like, yeah, you're thinking too much into it, and I could be, and I probably am, but you know what? It's time travel. I think I deserve that thought process to take place, right? Where it's like, yeah, if we're gonna be talking about time traveling 12 years back into the past at the exact same time he gets there from the present, it's like it's nighttime where he's at. Dude's already dead. Even if he goes back in time, I don't know if that would change the eventual outcome.
Are you thinking about like him going back in time and then like him changing a set of events back in the past and then him coming back and that dude's alive again? Or are you talking
Yeah, because then it'll be
about,
tomorrow. Because he'll have already died. He goes back in the past, but in the present he's already dead. So like what happens is
that it could totally happen though, because when he went back to the past the first time, Naruto was dead in real life, like in the modern time, and he's not dead anymore. So at that point, anybody could come back.
He brought Naruto back to life by talking to him.
That doesn't
by beating up those kids that were trying to rob him. Also, Tim, if he can't revive his buddy that jumped off the building, then it literally negates the entire point of the show.
It negates the emotional impact. But I'm saying there's no way he.
But I'm saying it negates the entire point of the show, because if he can't revive his friend who died, then he can't revive his ex-girlfriend either.
Right. Yeah, and this is where I'll put too much thought into it, because like I always think back to like butterfly effect, right? Where it's like even if he doesn't die, like even if he doesn't die this way, he can save it. He can go back in time, change up the events, and he'll just die a different way. That's possible. I'm not saying
that is possible, but then wouldn't that mean that his ex-girlfriend is just going to die no matter what, whether it's by that truck or by something else?
That's why I said to him, this isn't Steins Gate. It's not going to be where she has to die no matter what. Like the world.
Right, but I'm not ruling it out because it's time travel, and
that is true. You could be right. I mean, I didn't read the source material, so I don't know.
I have not either.
What's the only reason I can't find I don't feel like that's right is
because Naruto's alive.
Yeah. Well,
because Naruto's the canceling factor.
Well, the only reason this is my speculation, but the only reason his friends ended up the way they are is because he abandoned them.
I agree with that too.
Now that he has like some sort of like purpose in like not being a pussy, basically, he's not just going to be some little bitch that's always apologizing anymore. Now that he's found like a purpose, he's not going to abandon his friends anymore, and there's probably going to change a bunch of other things. Like there's going to be events that he's going to be a part of now that never happened beforehand. So now they might not turn into punks.
Well, it's kind of like that whole, the ReZero thing almost, right? Where he's going to go back in time, do some stuff, and then if he goes back to the present, it's like, all right, well, what did I fix? What got fucked up that wasn't originally a problem before, right? Like you may solve some problems, but now you create. It's possible, right? You created new ones.
The thing is, though, it's like he has 12 years to fix those things. So as long as nobody dies,
basically, as long as Naruto doesn't die, you're fine. But the second he dies, it's over. Like it's.
Yeah, he can't fuck up in the past, making Naruto die in the future.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, in any situation, if he dies in the present or past, well, that'd be weird. If he died in the past, right? Like, what the fuck happens then?
Or, like, what if he went back in time, did something, and then Naruto still ended up dying in that bus accident, or the truck smashing into the flower shop or whatever?
Right, so he has to, well, yeah, I think he might have negated that by saying all the stuff he did in the first or second episode or whatever. But he... like in the present, say it goes back to the present time, and someone just gets the drop on Naruto, especially because like I think we can all say we're suspicious of what's the leader of the gang that he's working with, that he's with now in his past life. Yeah, like there's no way he doesn't know. Like there's no way he's not suspicious of it at all. He's like, he goes like, you can definitely time travel. I can literally smell it on you. I can smell the future.
Yeah, right.
So he definitely knows because he's way more eccentric than he looks. So
see, I don't think he knows.
How? He's just like, can you travel back in time? Are you from the future? And I'm like, yeah, you definitely know. I've seen enough shows when people get that suspicious, they pretty much have an inkling. They're just pretty much sniffing them out. They're waiting to sniff them out.
Somebody that jumped off the building knew somehow. He was like,
yeah,
you can
exactly.
go can't you? I was like, where did that come from? What made you think that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's funny because you're like, man, you're thinking too much into it. That dude thought too much into it, but he's actually right.
The only flaw in your argument is the fact that Naruto came back to life.
This is true. I cannot believe that slipped my mind. I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, he could probably also tell, like you said, that the dude thought too much into it, but like there were random moments in the past where he completely acted out of character, his normal character, and then why all of a sudden in the future would he just contact him out of nowhere?
I actually didn't think about it either until Travis just said it. So, because I totally forgot that he initially died with his sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And the whole entire reason he's able to do this in the first place is because he's alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you could switch that up. It's just like, again, when it comes to time travel, I always think of, because Travis had pretty much said, oh, well, it's multiverse theory.
Wait.
What?
No, that fucks me up right now then.
Okay, well, how?
He initially died with his sister, then how did he get saved by him when he got pushed in front of the train?
Because he said he knew, because when he got sent back to the past.
That actually fucks me up too, because he should have been dead, so he shouldn't have been able to save him on the train tracks. The only reason he was able to save him on the train tracks is because he went in time and told him that he was going to get pushed onto the train tracks that day and that his sister was going to die. But he should have no way, he wouldn't have died yet. He would have died in a couple days.
Well, no, how do I put it? Wait.
I don't know.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense because his sister's already dead.
No, how does the initial thing happen? How did he initially go back in time?
He got pushed onto the train tracks by the friend that jumped off the roof, and then Naruto saved him on the train tracks.
But Naruto was supposed to be dead.
But Naruto was already dead at that point.
Yeah.
So, what if he's just dead the whole time?
Bro, I don't know now, dude. I have no idea.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying.
We're not wrong, right? Naruto died initially with his sister, right?
Yes.
Or
yes,
we
right. Yes.
The only way it makes sense is if we're wrong about that.
No. Like, I think you go back to the first episode, they say that both of them, because he goes back and goes like,
you will die too. On the swing set, he's like, you need to save your sister. You both die in that van accident.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, dude.
So now we just have to find out. See now
Unless when he got pushed onto the train tracks, he went through a time loop.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to explain it and bear with me. So maybe him getting pushed in front of the train tracks, because obviously he already has the power to travel through time. Naruto is just a trigger for that. So he has the power, but Naruto's the trigger. So he gets pushed in front of the train. That triggers his power to travel back in time. Thus, him talking to Naruto back in time saved himself by putting Naruto in the right spot in the future to save him.
Okay.
That makes sense because that's what I was thinking. That
Travis, you also exited out of our videos on Twitch.
Wow, thanks. I wasn't that important anyway. But once we solve the mystery of him going back the first time, is that then because him getting hit by the train just opens up some weird loop, right? That he's able to go back, tell Naruto, and then that's how he pieces them together. But then
so he effectively saves himself by saving Naruto.
But now the question is, it's funny because the dude who pushed him was also pushed him to die was also the same person that was crazy enough to think that he could travel back in time in the first place.
Yeah, but he already has the power to go back in time, travel back in time. So like he can't. Like they're not going to take that away now.
But no, I'm saying like how it's very interesting to make that connection. It's like wow, that he goes like, by the way, the dude that tried to kill you on the train that day was me, and I was
also
like,
why? Which makes
they never explain it. We'll never. Well, unless he goes back in time, which I doubt he will, but. To save his life, it's going to be weird because, like I said, this is the dude that's like, I pushed you off the train, I tried to kill you, but also I'm going to say that you can travel back in time. There's no other way that's possible. So, you know what I mean? Like that also fucks me up a bit because it's
the show is just that good.
the show is so weirdly enough that it's interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's mind blowing now. Like the more you think about it, the more you're like, holy fuck, what?
Yeah, you're just like, damn, dude, just fuck me up more, please.
I didn't even think of that initially, but yeah, okay. I mean, it makes sense in my head now. I think I cleared it up, but
well, we'll find out. It could either pull us on it can either flip it on its head and be crazy cool, or it's gonna be real stupid and be like, all right, well, no, I fucking hate it. But find out. It's like I said, for me, when time travel, it's to be very iffy for me.
Right.
But speaking of plot threads that wrap themselves up interestingly nice, I'm gonna say it again. Everyone should go watch Odd Taxi. I don't know who I'm talking to with that, but if you ever hear it, go watch it. Odd Taxi is like really good because it does that interest. It also kind of has that same thing where it'll connect these. You'll watch one episode, right? You'll watch, and then you'll see like these little things that are happening. It's just like very subtle things that are happening in the show.
Right.
And then the next episode, you get to see basically all the results of that happening, all those little things happening in the next episode that just connects, and then it just continually connects all these pieces together to the singular plot point. And it's weird because like the character himself, the taxi driver, he has like these weird flashbacks from time to time, and they're like weird. They're kind of like almost like creepy flashbacks as to what was like his life was before. It almost feels like what was his life like before he became a walrus. It's so weird. But like the way that show was written, it's like this it's the air of mystery that like blows my mind how good it is. So if you like Tokyo Revengers in that weird, it's like the weird way it weaves its plot together, then I would say Odd Taxi is definitely a sleeper hit for me, and maybe a sleeper hit for some, depending on what you'd be into. Like I told Travis this, if you like the Rah Rah, you'll definitely like Odd Taxi. It's got the same air.
Strange,
See, I like the Rah Rah, but I don't know if I like it enough to watch like the rest of the series after the first. I feel like
because you're like, well, now I know how the dollars happen. I don't give a shit anymore.
I feel like they wrapped up the entire series well at the end of the first season.
Well, it's basically, if you're going to keep watching it, it's basically to finish out Selthie's storyline.
Yeah, but she's completely come to terms with the fact that she doesn't have her head, so it's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, but like, what happens when the opportunity represents itself to you? Of course, you're going to be like,
see,
oh, forget
like,
fuck what I.
It's going to be annoying now because like, it's just going to be fucking Isaiah just being a cunt.
I mean, yeah, he's an info broker.
Yeah,
he's
but
Selthie's best.
Welcome,
welcome to the tail end of this podcast, Tyler. Yeah, Selthie's best girl.
Yeah, she is, but like, it didn't like I'm okay without it. Like they could have finagled her head coming back to her somewhere in there, and it still would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, but that's like me saying like, oh well, ReZero doesn't need to continue. That's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So we can eat your own words on that one.
No, because that doesn't make any sense.
Why? That's a huge plot point. They make that a huge plot point in the beginning. Like, where's my head? I don't know where it is. And then you find out at the end that, oh, Isaiah has the head. So, and they're largely connected.
Oh, bro, fucking, I don't even know. Spoilers.
Yeah, but I don't know how you say ReZero can end where it ended. That literally makes zero sense at all.
I never look, for the record, and it's on record. I never said it doesn't need one. I'm just saying, personally, I'd be cool if it doesn't. So, but if it gets one, I'm cool.
I don't know how you'd even be satisfied with that ending.
It's a fucking turd. That's just
because all you need to solve is the REM thing. But who fucking cares? He's with Amelia now.
There's a ton that you need to solve. What the fuck's the purpose of the fucking selection?
Well, it's kind of like one of those.
Pandora. Why does everybody else hate the other witch, but the other witch is still around all the time?
Read the book to find out, bro. I don't know.
Well, there's already like 4 questions right there, besides just Rem.
Yeah, but if you read it, you'll know probably.
Who are the other archbishops? Why were the other archbishops even mentioned?
Questions I don't really care for. You know what I mean? Like it's Like personally, it's like I just want the whole Rem thing to be solved.
Oh, I don't give a shit. That's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not the last thing on Subaru's mind. So you know what I mean? You know, he's pretty much ended on a positive forward path for him and Amelia.
Oh yeah,
outside of
I became a knight, but everything else hasn't been solved yet. It's been the whole span of a month, and Rem's still dead.
I don't know. He hasn't posed those questions himself, so I'm not saying nothing.
Because he hasn't had a chance, Tim, because it hasn't gone any farther yet.
Well, then shit. The only thing we got was Roswell being sus and be like, "You're only going to face more hardships from now on." And Subaru's like, "Well, I'm okay as long as I can hold Amelia's hand, bro." And I'm like, "Good for you. That's good for me."
Because no matter how many times he dies, he comes back.
Yeah. See, so Subaru's like, "Why won't you let me die, Travis and Nick? Just let me fucking not have another season anymore."
Because he was
like that was Subaru's better way of telling you that you don't need me.
He needs to suffer more for my benefit.
Yeah. More for me. Yeah, so like I said, look, if they announce season 3, I'm with you guys. Let's go. Hype train, let's do it. If they don't, I can watch whatever 40 anime Katakao is pumping out next season. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be good.
ReZero.
Maybe. Yeah, I think they probably have one under their belt. I think they do actually.
Yeah, they do.
So
yeah, they do.
So actually, you know what? Now that you say that, that almost can guarantee a season 3 because there's no way one of them is not ReZero.
Right.
How sad would you be?
I hope it's not next year. I'd be okay waiting. I wanted to have that same quality that it had this last season.
Yeah. See, and this is where that problem arises. Like, do you really want the season 3? It's like you get it with a monkey's paw. It's like, yeah, you got a season 3 and a dog shit. Like it's just like they just give it a filler ending.
because it's ReZero and I love ReZero, so it'd be really hard for them to make it dog shit.
Well, just because you love ReZero, that doesn't mean they're gonna be like, oh, Travis loves ReZero, we can't make a dog shit now.
It's a really popular series, though.
It is. But I'm just saying there's a possibility they can be like, let's give it the anime only ending and let them buy the book. I could, you know what? That's a hot take. I'm willing to stake on that. I'll be like, yeah, they'll give it the anime only ending at season 3 and just never continue it after that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but
I mean, it's not like it's not happened to other series that are just as popular as ReZero was at its peak.
Yeah, but it depends on who's making it, though. Are they too impatient to wait for the ending?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It matters who's making it. Depends on what. Well, I guess it does. So it's like, well, it depends what the overall the director and all that stuff wants to do. He's like, well, we can just wait it out, or we can just give it an anime only ending.
Or you could be like The Promised Neverland, where the author and the studio making the anime decided to say fuck you to the manga producers and said, hey, we're going to change everything and make it the way we wanted it to be the original time.
Or you can Akame ga Kill it. You know what I mean?
No, they just
Akame.
Oh, what? And just make a bad anime?
No, Akame ga Kill it by giving the ending before the book even gets there, and it's the actual ending.
Yeah.
It's when the
anime ending was fucking garbage.
Wasn't the manga? Wasn't the manga ending
garbage was fucking garbage too?
Yeah, I heard it was the same because they said the anime pretty much spoiled the manga's ending, which was like, damn, did an anime just dictate where the manga was gonna go?
Yes, yes, it did, and it was stupid.
So that's what I'm saying.
Well, also probably because the anime didn't help the manga sales at all because it was trash.
Fair, we can all say that it's basically just all anime are basically just advertisements for the original source, unless it's an original itself, right?
Yeah. I mean, and that's like not even speculation.
That's fact. That's like the literal fact. Yeah. So that's why when I say if it doesn't get a season 3, they're probably like, you can go buy the books. Or if they do pump out a season 3, they could give it an anime only ending, and if people weren't satisfied, they can read the books because that shit prints money. So, I mean, I'd be down to read the books when it finishes. If it doesn't get, it's a big if. So, which I doubt, because out of those 80 animes, one of them is ReZero, and if it isn't, that'll suck. I will feel bad. I will feel bad for you.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But yeah, going back to Tokyo Revengers I'm pumped to see where that goes.
Me too.
Does anyone know how many episodes that is?
24, I think.
Is it? Okay. So we got a ton more episodes to find out what the hell happens.
Oh man.
They even came out with the chibi one.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we got a live action too, so I guess it's like super in demand.
Yeah, I never watch those chibi shows though.
No, me either.
It depends. Like I really have to be in the mood to watch it. But like Attack on Titan Junior High took me a while to get to, like years to get to. But it's pretty good if you like. It's good if you like the source material normally. Like those
Tokyo
TV
Revengers doesn't have an episode number. It just says airing April 12th or 11th, 2011 to question mark.
I will look. I will tell you now. Yeah, you're right. Well, shit. Guess we're in the loop, or I guess we're stuck in this.
So it's probably just gonna be forever going.
Wait, Netflix has Tokyo Revengers too. Interesting.
In Japan, probably.
Well, that means it's probably going to come to American Netflix at some point. Well, good for them. Anyway, all right. Well, I don't have anything to talk about. We definitely talked about Naruto more than I thought we would. So
yeah, that was I wasn't expecting to talk about Naruto at all this episode.
Time out. Well, since the title reads as so, and we never even talked about it really more than 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, right.
Travis over here, dude. You really went for the clickbait.
Did it work? No, it didn't.
No, but it's fine, since you know what, I'm gonna bring it up anyway because I fucking love Dragon Ball. So yeah, there's a new movie supposed to be announced on Goku Day, which is May 9th. So
if you make it this far in the episode,
if you this far, congratulations. You get a cookie and knowledge that maybe you already knew.
You can talk about it because I'm gonna just sit here and watch MPB clips.
No, I'm tired of talking.
No, all I can say is it's most likely going to cover the Moro arc, and a lot of people are scared that it is. And I'm like, well, where else would you fucking go with it? Because
why the Moro arc's good.
Moro arc's fantastic. I mean, it has some bullshit moments, but I mean, it's overall.
It's not as stupid as this most recent one. I don't like anywhere that this.
Anyway, the movie's just going to be readapted into the anime when that finally ends.
Oh, I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for it to just disappoint me to oblivion.
The current arc is stupid, Tim.
Dude, I love that arc. Like, plot progression wise, it's the best Dragon Ball Super's ever done.
Goku and Vegeta versus Planet Crouton.
Yeah, dude, you say that like Goku didn't try to fight off a fucking rabbit that transforms people into carrots and he shot him off into the moon. Come on, man, it's Dragon Ball.
Planet Crouton.
Is it actually Planet Crouton? I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know. It's
Transformers.
Planet Cereal. Planet Cereal.
So they're fighting a planet?
Yeah, Cereal's a planet. Because the antagonist's name is Granola. I fucking love Dragon Ball. I hope it never dies. All right, well, yeah, that movie's coming out probably sometime next year, I'd imagine. Maybe Kadokawa will hold it instead of Toei this time.
Yeah.
That'll be one of their 80 animes.
Yeah, right.
I guess the question will be whether or not it'll be better than the received in the Broly movie, which I doubt.
I doubt it. That movie was great.
That movie was pretty good.
It was better than Battle of the Gods for sure.
Wow, just fucking shoot me, Nick. Jesus. I like Battle of the Gods.
Battle of the Gods was a good movie.
Oh, I thought you said it was better. Well, I guess it was better than Battle of the Gods. I mean, yeah, that's true. I would say so.
And that's a lot coming from me because I hated Broly previously.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. I mean, a lot of people liked him because of who he was and what he represented, but a lot of people hated that fucking dumbass backstory he had.
He had a bad backstory, and I just didn't like him as a character at all.
Oh, what's wrong, Broly? You crying too much because Goku cries too much? Oh, but your power level is 10,000? Wow, you old baby.
You old baby.
It's such a stupid plot thing, too.
I mean, yeah, because he's a crybaby. He, like, the beginning of the movie, he cries, and then he just annihilates South Galaxy. And I'm like, okay.
I'm also not streaming Pokemon tonight.
No, it's...
I don't feel like...
we should think about that. Like I said, I'd be down to watch Gen 2, Gen 3.
Oh, I'm definitely going to stream it. I already have my other thing set up for it.
Good. I'm tired of streaming Returnal. I like being happy again.
But I just don't feel like entertaining anymore after this. I'm still going to be on. I'm just not going to be streaming.
I hate it. All right. Well, we can end it here because I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to bring up.
No, I'm big done, bro.
We Big Done. We'll fucking find them. We're Big Done.
I'm mentally tapped out.
All right, well then I'm gonna run this outro. This has been another episode of 2D Trashcast. Like I said, if God himself had anime podcasts as his own children, we would most certainly be the middle child. It's your boy, Vagabond the Anime When, and with me I had my 2 anime adaptations that will never see the light of day, Nick and Travis.
Thanks for listening, guys. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at 2D Trashcast, 2D_Trashcast, right? Am I saying
Yeah.
this? I always forget. Yeah, and whatever else, social medias, you can find them. You're watching.
Find them at the bottom of our Twitch page.
Yeah, and on the bottom of our freaking YouTube shit.
Mm-hmm. And with that also being said, to add to that, we actually are trying to get into the habit of streaming a little bit more on our off days. So whether it's like random anime watch parties or whatever, fucking Nick streaming random Pokemon stuff or me streaming random games or whatever, just whatever.
We could do a watch party of that superhero show you were talking about as well as on Amazon Prime.
So fucking good. Definitely worth watching. Please. But anyway, well, with that being said, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.